And while I'm here, I just want to say a couple of quick words about Zohran Mamdani. So I was looking at the video. He posted a video of his speech, right? This is after he won. And he made a speech where he basically, thanked everybody and stuff like that. And it was a rousing speech. There were a lot of, very, very emotional people in the audience. There was a lot of screaming, a lot of crying, just a lot of emotion. And I couldn't help but think about how much power this man has in such a short amount of time, right? And when I say power, what I'm trying to say is the powers that be, okay, don't like when someone like him is able to evoke the amount of emotion that these people were displaying in that audience. They don't like that. They don't like somebody who's able to speak the way he speaks in a very, plain, relatable way, okay? Telling folks, hey, you're just scraping by. It doesn't have to be this way. There are people who should be paying a little bit more in taxes, and something as simple as that can make people's lives a little bit easier. They don't like people like him. And I'm a little afraid for him. I am a little afraid for him. I noticed that he is there with more, security and stuff like that. Before he was in the streets with nobody, right at the beginning of his campaign. And I'm not going to try to pretend like I was following the campaign super closely, but I do see a lot of footage from before when he was first out there campaigning, and it was just him and like a camera person, right? I guess, or somebody just holding their iPhone. And now there's like he has like a whole security detail there with him. So he definitely needs that. But the other thing I want to say is, I think that there are a lot of people who spent a lot of money to make sure that he didn't get elected. And those same people are going to do everything in their power to make sure that he doesn't get shit accomplished. Okay? Like, obviously you have to worry about the obvious ops, right? Or his obvious ops. That would be, maybe, I guess, the Republican Party, Donald Trump, stuff like that. That's obvious, okay? But who I really think that he needs to watch out for are the people in his own party. I watched, okay, the, endorsements from people in the Democratic establishment, okay, or the non-endorsements, rather, the tepid endorsements. I've been seeing that, okay, and there are a lot of people who didn't give a fuck about politics at all. People who just never cared, people who used to care but have become very, very disillusioned with the political process because they just don't like what they've seen. I think I would fall under that category, okay? I used to be really, really engrossed in the daily minutia of every little thing as it relates to politics, okay? I mean, I followed everything and everyone. I was completely, absolutely involved. And as time went on, I saw the way, these people operate, and it just completely turned me off. So, like I said in one of my other videos, this is the first time in a long time that I've actually given even half a damn about what's happening right now. And again, I'm not the only one. There are a lot of people who feel this way. And instead of, people like Chuck Schumer, right? He's got to go. He's got to go. He's got to go. Okay. Jeffries too, by the way. But anyway, instead of them, seizing upon this moment, right? And saying, okay, yo, let's get behind him. Let's do what we have to do. Our party is, our party is energized right now. People are out there. This is a nationwide thing. Obviously, he's just going to be the mayor of New York, but people across the country and even across the world, I've seen people say stuff like, "Oh, I live in fucking Indonesia and he's my mayor." Okay, so when you have that type of a movement in such a short period of time, why not seize upon that? You know why? Because he's a direct threat to their way of life too. Okay? He's a direct threat to their way of life. These people are beholden, and I'm not saying anything that isn't common knowledge, but this is just more of a reminder that these motherfuckers are beholden to whoever the fuck is paying them. Okay? That's who these people are beholden to. And the people who are paying them don't like Zohran Mamdani for whatever reason, okay? It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You had a reporter asking Chuck Schumer the other day, "Oh, are you going to vote for him?" And he's like walking away like a fucking little pussy, walking away. "Oh, blah blah blah," and he's like, the election is tonight or tomorrow. He's like, the last day is tomorrow or whatever the hell he said, and he's still not giving a straight answer. What the fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? People can see what's going on. People can see what's going on, and they don't like it. Okay, and if this is the exact reason why these people are polling in the 30s and shit like that, because people are tired. But anyway, I'm beating a dead horse here. The fact of the matter is, he has definitely energized a lot of people, and if the Democratic Party wants to play stupid, and not get behind him, it's going to be to their detriment. Okay, so that's that.